Welcome to the Woolpack. For more information, please visit our website. Today is a beautiful day. I hope you all are having nice weather. I know that things have been kind of crazy basically all over the world at this point. Basically all over the world, weather has been weird. But hopefully you're all having, a nice day. So I wanted to talk about trust, because this has been something that has been coming up a lot for me. For me personally, it's been more about trusting God, but it's also been about trusting people and, just kind of learning how to trust people and learning that it's okay to trust people and being smart with all of that. And one thing that has been coming up as far as like with God, trusting God, is I've been reading the Psalms, and I read the Psalms like every day. But lately, the Psalms that I've been reading have been like all about like what God has done, what he's in, how he's in control, what he's done in the past, how powerful he is, who he is, and everything. Basically, all about how you can trust him and how he is trustworthy. And trust is such an important thing, but it's such a difficult thing for us because, we like to have everything under control. We like to have everything organized, like in our planners and journals, and then we like to have, everything all under our control because, I think part of it's kind of a pride thing, because if we trust someone, like to do something, we're basically surrendering our way of doing it to their way of doing it. But like with God, we want to have our whole life planned out, but then God asks us to trust him, and that might mean that some of the things we want of life, we might have to forego in exchange for something that he wants. And I think that it's obviously trust is important and trusting in God is important, but one of the key things to remember and of why it's important to trust God is because he's God. So I think we have to start there. We have to start, okay, what does it mean that he is God? What does it mean that God is God? What is a God? What does that mean? And then when we realize, okay, God is a being that is omnipresent, omniscient, he's all-knowing, all-present. He is outside of space, time, matter, and energy. So he's not bound by time. He's all-powerful. Nothing comes as a shock to him or as a surprise to him. He foresees everything. He has the means. He's self-sufficient, so he doesn't need anything. So he provides. Everything comes from him. He's the source of all, life and everything. When we realize that, then you say, okay, can I trust that? Can I trust this being that's like that? Can I trust God like that? And it's just something that's been coming up a lot, and I think it's a good thing to think about. Same with trusting people. You can kind of do the same thing with a person, and you kind of look, okay, I know this person has shown trust, to be trustworthy in the past. This person has shown that they care about me. This person is very smart and wise. I know they wouldn't, do anything to harm me. So you say, okay, I can trust them. Does this mean that the person's never going to let you down? No. But the difference with God is that he will never let you down. So it's just, trust is something that is very important, but we have to learn it. But it's worth learning. And it's worth the struggle. But, it's all good. So I just want to encourage you, as I'm learning about trust, to, just encourage you to, learn about trust, and not only trusting others, but trusting God. And if you don't believe in God, or if you don't have a relationship with God, ask yourself those questions. Like, okay, based on who God is, could you trust him? And if you do believe in God, still ask those questions, think about who he is and, what he does, and say, can I trust him? And obviously you can, but it's, you have to examine yourself, and you have to ask these questions, but it's very, very important, and it's well worth it. So hope that is encouraging to you all. So fall has officially arrived, and I do like fall. I do like this season. I like a lot of different things about it. I like kind of the coziness that comes with the season, because usually you have, it's usually a time where you're kind of inside, and you're under a blanket, you have tea, nice warm cup of tea and stuff. So I like all that. I like the, some like the sort of harvest kind of feel to it, but I do not get the the pumpkin spice stuff. I don't think I've ever tried pumpkin spice. I don't like coffee, which I know is like, could be like a horrible thing to actually admit, but I don't really like coffee, so I've never really tried like a pumpkin spice latte. But whether you like pumpkin spice or not, I think we can all admit that they've gone a little too far. There's been a lot of things over the years that I've seen that are pumpkin spice that shouldn't be pumpkin spice. It's like if somebody liked oregano and then they made oregano everything. It's like, yeah, not everything has to be oregano. Not everything has to be pumpkin spice, But I do like fall. But if I had to pick a favorite season, it probably would be spring. But, I do like fall. I just don't enjoy the fact that winter is coming so soon because we get snow here. We don't get like too much. I mean, we don't get like snowed in, but just that brisk cold air of winter. I do like snow for like a little bit of time. I like it around Christmas. It just, for that season. But once January hits, it's like the snow needs to go because it's I don't know what it is. For some reason, when like you can endure winter and fall all through like October to December. But as soon as January hits, it's like everyone is just done with it and everyone is just like waiting for spring. It's like, I don't know what it is about January that it's just like, December 31st, we're like, yeah, okay, yes, this is nice. And then it's like as soon as the clock changes at midnight, we're like, New Year's, okay, spring, where are you? Like, we just want to get rid of these seasons. But I do like to try to enjoy the seasons because I think it's important to enjoy them. I think that it's very easy for us to complain about a lot of things. So I think instead of complaining about a season that I don't like, try to find things in it that I do like and I can enjoy and see the beauty in it. And I think that's just a much healthier way of looking at these things. The other day I was reading in Acts 20 and a few verses stood out to me, verse 33 to 35. I'm just going to read them starting in verse 33. I coveted no one's silver or gold or apparel. You yourselves know that these hands ministered to my necessities and to those who were with me. In all things I have shown you that by working hard in this way, we must help the weak and remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he himself said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. What I liked about this was it showed Paul's reasons for working. It was to provide for him, his necessities and the necessities of others who were with him, but also to help and remind people of the words of Jesus, how it is more blessed to give to receive. It was sort of like a visual reminder of the blessing of giving. And this got me thinking about work, and I talked about this, and really, we often think of work as just whatever things that we do to earn an income, like a monetary income. But work is so much more than that. There's a lot of valuable work out there, like, stay-at-home moms, homemakers who just stay home, they cook, clean, they take care of the kids, they do all this work, but they don't earn an income. People who volunteer, they do all this work, they can volunteer at a hospital. It's a lot of work. It can be, very stressful. They don't get paid. People who are starting their own business, or things like that, or trying to start up something like that. It's a lot of work that they often don't get paid for. But it just because you're not earning a monetary income from your labor does not mean that it's not valuable. And that's really just what I want to remind you of today, is that we should not be lazy or idle. But just because you don't have an income earning job or work does not mean you're being lazy or idle if you have other work. If you're working and you're serving, like you're cooking meals, you're helping people, maybe you're helping people in your neighborhood or your family, maybe you're helping them with computer stuff, maybe you're doing lawn care and you're not getting paid for any of it, that doesn't mean that it's not valuable or that you're being lazy. We should not let money be the stamp of approval on the value of our work and what we do and how we're using our skills. So I just want to encourage you that, maybe you're doing a lot of work, maybe it's a lot of hard work, but you're not getting paid and you can kind of feel like, kind of feel discouraged, but don't. You're helping someone, maybe you're not getting paid monetarily, but you could be getting, you could be earning other things. You're earning skills, you're earning friendships even, responsibilities, all these good things. And remember that whatever you do, work as though, you're doing it for the Lord. That's always such a good reminder. And I hope this was encouraging, but just remember, your work is valuable, whether you're getting paid for it or not. If you're working hard, it is super valuable, and it's just a very important thing to remember. Super important. Awesome stuff. Thank you for listening to the Woolpack podcast. To learn more about how you can contribute, get involved, or join the Woolpack, please visit our website. Thank you, and God bless.